Sorry, I was just practicing my moves like my boy there in the video. When I saw that, I sent it to Glassy immediately, and he immediately texted me back, and he goes, "We have to open the show with that." And I said, "Yes, yes, we do." Live, raw, rare footage of Bondzee getting ready and practicing for that next time. Hopefully, one of these years. Getting ready. Pump it, baby. Pump it. Oh, yeah. All good. Work those glutes, buddy. Look at him go. He's got all the moves down pat. The only thing he's missing is a woman, a lady, like old Bonzarelli is. And listen, it doesn't go without trying lately. I've been trying to get a lady, but you got a boyfriend. We'll talk all about it. The date, not date girl. We got a great segment coming up on that. Listen, folks, welcome to the show. It's Bondzee Live, Trippin With Bondzee on YouTube and the Dean Blundell Network. Welcome. Hope you had a great weekend. It was Father's Day weekend. We'll get into all of that. You can catch us on deanblundell.com. You can catch us on YouTube. Make sure you go to Trippin With Bondzee on YouTube. Subscribe, like, hit that bell. I'll do everything and it just asks you. And stop asking questions. Just do it. Okay? Thank you. We are literally this close. Sarge might be watching. I almost said something funny because she's like, Gregory. Lest anybody, if you don't know, I am at Sarge's. This is the basement, the dwelling. I had to get away from the island for a couple days. A couple stressful things. I need to see my dog. I did. It's amazing how when I went to Nicaragua, I was okay without him. Yeah, it's pretty tough to be depressed and get anxiety and stuff down in paradise. Though I still did a little bit, but I didn't need Tucker per se, as my certified service dog, every single day. But being up on the island, it's hot. It's fast paced. And there's some couple of little minor issues that we're dealing with, but I can't talk about those issues. Don't you hate assholes like that though? Like, this crazy thing happened and I want to tell you about it, but I can't tell you about it. You're like, well then, asshole, why would you even bring it up? So I'm sorry. I was just that guy, but I can't tell you what's going on. But let it be known that this is a minor little issue. We'll get through it and it'll be all good. Danielle Baker, thanks for watching. She loves the shirt. Thank you very much. Brand new today. Got fresh digs. Me mom took me birthday shopping. You're like, for those who know, Bondzee, your birthday's not till September. I know this, but me mom and dad are going to England, jolly old England, with their home planet, or if you will. They're going there in a couple of weeks. And so I'm not going to see them for like 2 or 3 months. They're going for a while. And I think they get back right around my birthday time. So old Sarge, me mom, bless her little heart. She bought me this fine shirt tonight. She bought me some nice shoes. And another shirt too. I think I'm going to wear it on the next show, but yeah, I'm loving the new threads. Thank you very much to everybody that tuned in, that's watching. It's nice to be back on the show and live. I really, really miss being live 3 nights a week. I sort of was like, at first it was like, oh man, this is great. Don't have to do 3 shows a week, blah, because it's a lot of work. A lot of work goes into putting these shows. I don't just sit here and start. I probably could just turn on the microphone and go, but I like to have some structure, if you will. That's why I got my teleprompter to the right of me here, and it sort of just guides me through the show. You know what I mean? Speaking of guiding through the show, we haven't even done the sponsors yet. Oh, and I'd like to mention, I did mention we're live from Sarge's basement, but we're also broadcasting live in San Juan del Sur at the Hip Bar. God bless everybody there. Love those guys. Thanks for tuning in down there at the Hip Bar. Everybody there, I love and miss you so much. And thanks for tuning in and playing the show live tonight. I miss being live from there. It was one of the greatest experiences. I'd always seen radio people do their things live on location and stuff. But being live at the Hip Bar was really something special. Folks, they got the best Caesars in town. And that's hands down. That's not even jiving and bullshit because they're tuned in right now and they sponsored the show or sponsor the show. It's the real deal. They've also got $5 food specials every day. They got brand new menu. They got some amazing food on there. Folks, you got to, if you're in Nicaragua and you're watching from there, you're in San Juan del Sur, make sure you go hit them up every single day. Support them. Go buy a drink, buy some dinner, buy some breakfast, buy some lunch. I don't care. Say hi to Greg and Melissa. I love them both. Give them a huge hug for me. They got $1 rum, $1 beer, $1 tequila. It's just great. They got the best staff, the best owners. And they're right across the street from also the best bar that my boy Ty Watt owns. It's called Nacho. Little extra plug for him on the tail end of the Hip Bar sponsor. Thank you. Love you guys. And thanks for tuning in tonight from there. Woo! All right. The show is also brought to you by Durham Custom Wood. Folks, Father's Day just passed. I hope you got some orders in. Maybe you surprised your dad with a nice sign. Maybe it was a nice cutting board or a serving tray for his nice outdoor tiki bar, because it is summer here in Ontario. But there you go, folks. You can get so many great things. There was an amazing, huge wedding up at the club on the weekend, 200 people plus. Absolutely great time. I saw some of these signs kicking around as wedding gifts, folks. It's the real deal. People love these things. It's the shit. Make sure you go to Durham Custom Wood. They're on Facebook. They're on the www.com thingy-mabobber, Durham Custom Wood. Check them out. You can get any sign you want, your favorite team, your favorite band. Maybe you got a kid on the way. Maybe your friend's got a kid on the way. Get them a sign that says the kid's name, for Christ's sake. I don't know. DurhamCustomWoodDecor.com. Go check them out. Facebook too. All right. That's it. That's all for that. Listen, it's been amazing being home. I raced home. Sunday night was Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Super awesome. There's so many great dads out there. And I got the most amazing message. And I read this to my mom today. And I wasn't going to do this on the show. And it didn't even have it on the old teleprompter. But I'm going to jump off my phone screen here, and I'm going to read you a message that was sent to me by a guy. He's fatherless. Well, he is fatherless. His dad died when he was 6 years old, but he's kidless. He doesn't have sons, so he doesn't have anybody to celebrate Father's Day with. But this is the message that this amazing human being sent me the other day. He won't mind me saying his name. He's been on the show. He's an amazing world professional magician. His name's Alex Kazam, and this is how it went. Hey, man. I wanted to wish you a happy Father's Day. Thanks for being such an amazing, loving, supportive, and powerful male role model and leader in these crazy times. You're a beautiful human, man, and I'm so grateful we got to connect and spend time together in Nicaragua. Miss and love you, buddy. Alec Kazam. And then it goes on to say, I lost my dad at 6 years old. You are the best people I've got. He says, I look and watch how you treat your kids and how they love you. He said, I love watching you and your kids. You created a powerful and impactful life around them, making the most of your lives daily in any way possible. I really want you to stop and take it all in and appreciate yourself today and every day, man. You deserve it. It's pretty awesome coming from a stranger like that. And,
awesome.
Really did appreciate that. I didn't get to appreciate it in the moment because I opened it on Father's Day. I worked that entire day, Glassy. But I reread it today, and I read it to my mom, and I cried because it's hard to read that back from somebody who I just met out of the blue about 10 years ago, and our friendship has just blossomed, and he's such an amazing human. And the fact that he hasn't had a dad since 6, man, I couldn't imagine, Glassy.
Yep.
You know, my dad's still alive at 74. I'm blessed. I've got friends, parents dropping like flies all around me this past year or so. Even yesterday, a girl I'm very close with up in Coldwater, her mom just passed away yesterday. May she rest in peace. And it's just horrible. So I am super grateful. And it's why I come down here and spend as much time as I do away from the island on my days off some weeks. It's almost like every other week or every 3 weeks I come down. I make sure I spend this time with my parents. I see my kids. I took my dad golfing the past 2 days, and it was some of the greatest time ever. That was us yesterday for Father's Day. And then that was super awesome. And I do have to mention, because he was so proud, we were tied after 4 holes. And for folks, I'm a pretty good golfer. I don't fuck about. And my dad, he's been golfing for a long time, but he's garbage. But he loves.
He's garbage.
He is. But
wow.
He used to be. But now I took him out yesterday. The guy's smashing the ball about like crazy. I've never seen him hit the ball better. And we had the greatest day. Anyways, we were tied after 4. He was beating me after 5 by 1.
Well,
that's my son. So I'm going to talk about them in a minute. But yeah, my dad's beat me by 1 after 5, and I was like in full panic mode. I'm like, this cannot happen. I cannot lose to my father. I'll never hear the end of it. Anyways, so I did I did 2 things. First of all, I got in the cart and I'm like, Dad, I've never seen you play so amazing, man. You're so good. You got 2 pars in a row. Wow, keep it up. what that is a kiss of death, because in his head he's
Yes.
like, yeah, I'm doing so good. I'm gonna get a party, and it's like, and he did. He fucking tanked the rest of the way, and he played like garbage. I played amazing, and I kicked his ass. And
Don't
then
you know
today,
about superstition? You got to know about superstition.
in what sense? I don't know. What do you
You
mean?
can't put that energy out there because right away, boom, you just screw it right up. Just screws the energy right up.
I screwed him. Yeah, I
Yeah.
totally rocked him. And
Yeah.
anyways, I kicked his ass in golf, and then we went out today. My brother ended up having the day off, and he came home from the dentist, and it was like 11, and he's like, "Hey, can you guys want to go golfing? You don't have to ask me twice." And so we were out. Speaking of golfing, I went last week in the week. I had days off in the club. My boys came up and visited me for Father's Day because we weren't going to get to spend Sunday together. But yeah, we took them out golfing. There they are. Look at how handsomely dressed and good looking those boys are. I know it's from behind, but handsome fellas, loads of hair. Ty, the oldest one on the right's got the blonde rocking right now. Listen, they had the greatest time at the club. They stayed 2 nights. We played some basketball. We went golfing. We did some boat rides. We went over to Staff Res and partied with the Cooks and the other golf backshop boys and the other servers. So super awesome time. It was great to spend those 2 days with my boys. And yeah, it's those times that you never forget. And then again, happy Father's Day to everybody. And I got the most amazing message from Ty yesterday. I really am so proud of this kid. You know, he upped and moved himself to California all by himself in LA. That place is eating the best of the best up at times. And Ty has done well there and succeeded, and he's having a great time, and he's made some great friends and really networked, and I'm super proud of him. So it was such a great message to get that from my son yesterday. There's Tucker in there, and I love Ty, I love Brad, and happy Father's Day to everybody out there. I really do mean it. It's been awesome for me. Having the best Father's Day with my kids for sure. All right, moving on. Oh, tonight, I haven't even mentioned the guests. I'm sort of all over the place here. I haven't been live in 2 weeks. I wasn't live last week because the boys were up. So anyways, we have the wonderful Allie Marz coming up tonight. She is shot out of a cannon. She has the worst luck with men on this entire planet. I can't wait to talk to her about her sexual woes and dating woes and stuff. I'm not so sure it's sexual woes as it is. I'm sure the guys love having sexual relations with Allie Marz. Who wouldn't? She's beautiful. I bet she doesn't suck in the sack. Here I am just thinking, keep going, Bondzee. You're doing a great job of promoting. Yeah, thanks, bud. Look at the ketchup on those fries. Will you, Glassy?
Ketchup on those fries.
That's my new savior every time. Look at the guy. Yeah, moving on. Anyways, Allie Marz is going to join us and talk about her woes with men and her hatred of them now. And also breaking news with Chris Cram. He's standing by in the green room. Love that guy to death. It's been a while. I thought he was at the Canadian F1 Grand Prix this weekend at the Jacques Villeneuve course in Montreal. He was not. That was an old picture that I scoffed off of his social media today. Right? But he is at his local
There's
car
a lot
club
of black
where
ones of
all those amazing cars are. And I'm super stoked to talk to him about the F1 that was this weekend in Canada, how it has grown exponentially because of the Netflix special. We're going to talk about all of that and more. And then, folks, we really do have some amazing, amazing videos coming up for you tonight. Every week they get better and better. It's a wonderful thing, this social media thing and the interweb, if you will. And we love to end the show by showing you videos and pictures too, if you will. Now, this cat is having the greatest time. It's got its toy there. It's got, I'm not even sure if that's what you would call a cat rod, if you will, when his little cat pee-pee sticking out. It's like a little nubby nub. And then his tail is fully erect as well. And he's ready. He's ready. The cat is practicing his sexual positions, the same as Bondzee was in the opening video. Glassy, roll that little video tidbit again and watch Buddy practice. This guy is ready, folks. All he needs now is a lady or a fella. Or a fella. Maybe he likes the guys. Maybe it is Pride Month. Happy Pride Month to all my gay and lesbian friends out there, or however you identify. I really don't care. It's awesome. Teach their own. But my fella here, he's ready with his, it looks like he's wearing, I don't know if that's, I thought it was, what the hell is on his boxers, Glassy?
I don't know.
It looks like squids or something, but then I thought it was maybe like mistletoe that looked, I don't even know.
There has been a little side poll before the show of how cringeworthy this episode was going to be.
Okay.
And there was a lot of votes for 8 to 9 out of 1 to 10.
Oh, wow.
So,
That's pretty good. That's pretty
yeah,
high. Is that I'm
we'll
pretty
see how
impressed
many
with those
times we
numbers.
get to put up the Zeller's hot turkey sandwich.
All right. Well, Allie Marz is coming up real soon, folks. And I don't see her in the green room yet. So we did send her the link. I don't know. Like, Glassy, you messaged me and said you couldn't message her. Why not?
Because she doesn't have private messages on her Twitter.
Okay. Well, I'll message her right now.
You message her right now.
I will. I just you ready to go? Why don't we show a couple more pictures? So we showed that one. That was a beauty. What's the other one that sort of goes with that? So yeah, that's the boys up at the island. We were playing basketball. Such a great place up there. Tennis courts there as well. This was I don't know if we showed this last show. I think we did or didn't. I can't even remember. It's been so long. But the island really is a special place. I had the best time with my boys. That's us under the moonlight. That was us coming back from staff res.
That's a cool photo.
Half cut there. Yeah, thank you so much. I love the moon in the background. This is a pretty dope photo too. Just the colors in it and the swirls in the water. And I really, really, really am enjoying my time up there, man. It's been pretty amazing. And I am pretty blessed to be living on this island and working at such an incredible spot. And it's amazing how so many people don't want to come and fucking work these days. Have you noticed that, Glassy? Yes. Is it the same in BC?
It's the same in BC.
It's stunning.
Yep. Like people if they do want to work, they want to work for $30 an hour, but they have no experience. So
right?
It's like, well, what qualifies you to make $30 an hour if you don't have any fucking experience?
All right, Marz just texted me. Sorry to interrupt you. She's getting set up. She'll be here in a second. So why don't we tell the story? So I'm home in Hamilton. Everybody wants to know about the girl that I went on the dates with that weren't dates. And so here's the truth. I totally did. I've been single since 2016. Sort of another girl, Leslie, I talked about here from time to time. Totally loved her for sure. But I haven't really been with somebody or dated somebody full time since 2016. And I finally grew us out of cojones, asked this girl out. I almost said her name again. I can't say her name. I promised her I would not say her name. And so we went out on these 2 dates. I was 3 weeks late of asking her out. I should have asked her out right away when I wanted to. And then maybe we'd be dating today. But everything happens for a reason. And maybe I'm still not ready to date. Maybe like I would have never got to do what I've done if I was dating girls. Like, not that they're a problem, but they're a problem. You know what I'm saying? And I mean that in the nicest way. Girls. Okay, I'm going to try and get through this without beating myself up and throwing myself under a bus with the girls. But I really sort of let myself like this girl. Miss D, we'll call her Miss D, okay? I don't even know why I chose that. Anyways, Miss D and I went on these 2 dates, non-dates, had the greatest time. She's like, can't wait to see you again, even though she has a boyfriend. And I was like, yeah, I can't wait to see you again too, because I sort of fell for it. I didn't tell her this. So then I'm driving home after our date, not date, the next day back to the club, back up to the island. And I text her. I was like, hey, had a great time seeing you, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, yeah, me too. Can't wait to see you again. And then it was over. I think we said text one more day, and then I didn't say anything else until last week on my day off when I got wasted. Who texted me late at night? It wasn't late at night. It was midday. And she texted me and is like, hey, stranger, haven't heard from you since you've been back up there. Had a great time with you. Let's chat soon. And so I don't answer her, but then I proceeded to get way more wasted. And I text her later that night. And I was like, I even wrote this down because I'm so embarrassed about what I said. And I was like, I'm an idiot. And so I'm going to share with you my stupidness and my embarrassment to this beautiful girl who is a super nerd, who's now a super hot MILF that I totally can't stop thinking about night and day, which pisses me off. Anyways, it goes like this. After she says, hey, stranger, I haven't talked to you, blah, 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 or you haven't texted me. I was like, ha, stranger. Now, again, remember, I'm wasted at this point. This is like 9 at night. Well, here's the truth. I wanted to text you day. I want to text you day and night, and I can't. I'm mad at myself for feeling the way I do. I missed a golden opportunity with you by a few weeks because I'm an idiot, and I'm still asking myself, what if I messaged you 3 weeks ago? I haven't wanted to text you since I have wanted to text you since I last saw you. Also, more truth. Members here say I should tell you how I feel. Here I am telling members about this, so she's probably just like, "What a fucking loser." Anyways, I told her that I told the members, and they all said I should tell you how I feel. They want me to invite you up here. Fuck the boyfriend. I want you to come up and play golf with me and spend the night and have some fun. So I kind of want to be that guy, but I don't want to be that guy. Anyway, don't know what else to say. I would love to come for you to come here and visit me. Bondzee. That's what I said. I woke up the next morning, and it was one of those. We've all been there, so don't even fucking say, "Oh, yeah, stupid loser." We've all done it. We've all fucked up and been that drunk texting fool. I did it to Allie Marz, the girl that's coming up on the show right now, in a hot second. I drunk text her one night and said, "Yeah, we should probably just fuck and have fun and tell Dean we fucked." There was no sense. It was just the worst text in the world that you could drunk text somebody. That's not crickets. That's pretty funny, bro. Anyways, I text this girl. She messaged me. She didn't even message me back the whole next day until late at night. She goes, "Can I call you? I need to talk to you." And I was just like, you know how you don't really hear tones in text, but I sort of heard this tone where it was like, "I'm gonna tear a strip off you, and you better leave me alone, you fucking creep loser." But it wasn't that at all. We talked for like an hour on the phone. If I was this girl's boyfriend, I wouldn't be very happy with her. But that's neither here nor there. I'm so fucking fidgety right now. I don't even, because I can't even talk. I haven't been in like this. I'm not in love, but I'm like lusty. Like I like this girl, and I can't have her. She got some stupid boyfriend that I missed 3 weeks. Fucking guy beat me. Tinder motherfucker, swiping bastard. Anyways, we talked. We had a great talk, and I told her the truth. I said sorry for the drunk text, but I did tell the truth. Blah 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 blah. At least you know how I feel. And she goes, "Yeah, I really do." She feels bad. And she wants to see me still, which is, I don't understand it, because if I was her boy, I wouldn't like her going out with this fucking dude who likes her and stuff, you know? Anyways, I'm not even going to go out with her anymore. I'm not texting her because she got a guy, and I wouldn't want fucking some asshole to do that to me. So I'm not going to do it to him. Okay. I like this girl, Miss D. Miss D ain't going to get this D because she got a boyfriend, and that's that. So Ferris, I can't wait to see you so I could slap the vagina off where your penis used to be. Well, dude, what do you want from me? I don't know what to do. I don't know how to date anymore. I haven't dated since 2016. I don't know how to talk to girls. I'm super nervous. I'm super anxious. I get all worked up. I don't know what to do. Mr. I married the greatest girl in the world, you know, and then it's all fine and dandy for you, Mr. Ferris, but not for me. Stress up to here with girls. All of a sudden, because I haven't really been with a girl since 2016, and now I got this girl in my head. Wake up thinking about her, go to sleep thinking about her, don't want to think about her, can't have her. She got a boyfriend, and I can't stop. And so what do? I gotta just be that guy that ignores her. I can't steal her. I don't live here in Hamilton. I work 16 hours every fucking day of the week. Oh, that'd be some relationship. You know, I work 16 hours and sleep. It's 7. Is that 24? I don't even know the math. But I wouldn't be a good boyfriend. I just wouldn't. It'd be enough. Anyways, speaking of not good boyfriends and dating and not dating and men and hating men, I would love to welcome the beautiful, the best, Allie Marz. How the hell are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you? Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you great. Where are
Okay,
you at?
good. I'm on my patio.
Oh, it looks beautiful. I love it.
Honestly, it's been actually raining every day, so today has actually been the first day it's actually been nice. So I went on a little date today,
Good.
and
Shocking. So, Allie, let's get right in. So, Allie, everybody, this is Allie Marz. She's part of the Dean Blundell Network. You have the most amazing podcast. Welcome to Mars. You are not shy. You talk about sex, drugs, rock and roll, everything in between. You are a bit of a party girl. You are jet setting here, there, and everywhere, and it's amazing. Listen, I get such a kick and a laugh out of you every single day because you're here, there, and everywhere. You have this man drama that
Always.
exceeds anybody on social media that I've ever seen. And you're stunningly gorgeous and funny at the same time. So everybody loves you. Welcome to the show. I know I've been bugging you for a while. We've had scheduling issues, but I'm glad you made this work and took the time to join me.
Today was a good day. I'm off today, but it was really funny because I went on a date today, and said date is still here, so he's in my bedroom right now.
Okay, well, you're awesome. So is this a first date? Like, this is first date, right?
Yesterday was, so today
Okay,
is day 2.
okay.
Yeah.
So
But anyways, I was telling him today, I was like, we were talking about my podcast, and I was like, the thing about my podcast is like, I'm very open and I'm very real, and like that's why people like my podcast, and like I talk about my dating drama, and I'm really hoping for no more dating drama.
So we have to get into this because you have had some serious dating drama. You turned 30 recently. Sorry to say your age, but you did post it all over social media. You're in
I did.
Miami, you're in Vegas, you've been here, there, and everywhere. I think you did really fall in love with a fella. Can we please talk about this for a second? Because it seems like this beautiful Allie Marz, who could probably have any man she wants, you have the most worst luck with men on the planet. So
Yeah.
you fell in love with this fella. How did you meet? How long did it take for you to fall in love? And what happened? And why and how did he break your heart?
The one as of recently, like the one that
Yes.
I was just
Yes. We were supposed to talk about this a month ago, and we've had scheduling issues. So it's sort of
right.
like old news now. But this
Old news,
was
but
the
new
last
news.
shot out of a cannon, Allie Marz on Twitter going, I fucking hate men. I'm done with men. And fuck men. And now you're back dating. So I love it. I got to hear all of this. So go.
I do that very often with my relationships. I will end them and then I go off on Twitter because I find Twitter to be my safe space. We met in Mexico, and I feel like, you know what, I gotta stop meeting people on vacation. And we dated as soon as I got back from Mexico, and we were seeing each other. Everything was going great. And he literally straight up told me, he's like, you need to see a therapist. And I was like, pardon me? He's like, yeah, so you go see a
Wow. He
therapist.
said that to you?
Yeah, he
The
was like,
nerve.
he's like, you have a lot of underlying issues and you need to talk to someone. So why don't we take a few days, you see a therapist, and then we'll reconvene in a couple days. And I was like, hey, so me being the person that I am, I'm like, hey, so I'll go to therapy. So I went to therapy, and to be completely honest, therapy was amazing. And it was like, my therapist, she is a beauty. And like, I was like telling her like about my past, and she's like, okay, you do have underlying issues and we're going to get to the bottom of it. And I was like, okay, perfect. So I messaged him and I was like, hey, I went to therapy, like hoping we can, like, you know, reconvene. Silence. Didn't even text me back. The next day I was like, hey, so that's it, we're not talking anymore. And then he literally messaged me back and was like, yeah, I want nothing to do with you other than a friendship. And I was like, I went to therapy like you asked
For
me
you
to.
son of a bitch.
So anyways, yeah, so like I just like, and then I got blocked off of everything. Like he literally
Yeah,
like
he blocked
went,
you on all the social media, right?
you name it, I'm blocked. Like the social media I don't even use, which I don't really use Facebook too much. Like I only use Facebook because my mom's on there. So like I use it for like, you know, my mom and my siblings. Like a lot of people use Facebook for family related things.
Yeah.
I was blocked off Facebook.
Allie,
So
what the
yes,
hell did you do to this dude? He makes you go to therapy and then he blocks you off all social media. What an asshole.
made me go to therapy and then I got blocked. So I literally was like, hey, I'm done with dating. I'm not dating anymore. I remember I've talked about this so many times. I was like, I'm not getting any of those dating apps when I refused. Like I refused to download the dating apps. And I did because I was bored and I was like, hey, well, like, you know, let's see what's
You're
out
your
there.
own worst enemy, Allie Marz. You know this, right?
I know. And
Did your
so
therapist tell you this? Did she say, Allie, why don't you take a time out from dating men for a while? Like a while.
We haven't got to that yet.
Well, you better get there pretty quick, Allie, because holy shit.
So I downloaded the dating apps again, and actually, it's been going quite well. Hence, my day today.
But he's in your bedroom, day 2. He's in your bedroom waiting for you to be done on my shitty podcast so he can have a piece of Allie Marz. Like, for real? Like,
No!
are we going to give it up tonight, Allie? Like, we got to ask. It's day 2. How far does he get on day 2 with Allie Marz?
Oh, it's already.
You're the best. You're the fucking best.
Anyways, so yeah. So it's going well now. I'm very smitten right now, but it's only day 2.
Okay,
I
well,
gotta be
Allie,
careful.
if I'm no dating guru, believe me, because I'm crashing and burning hard like Maverick and Goose here.
I was
After
listening.
time, but I'm trying at least I, beyond my stupid drunk texting of you asking me to fuck one night, which guys on Twitter, they still make fun of me for that, and they're like, "Oh, Bonds, you got
Oh, I know.
you maybe you got a shot. It's step 1." I do apologize again for that embarrassing night, but at least this time I did it in a more sensible way and asked a girl out nicely, and I missed it by 3 weeks. I think you were in the green room and caught some of the story or all of it. I'm not sure, but
I caught some of it, yeah.
yeah, I'm smitten for this girl that I grew up with since 3 years old, but we haven't talked in 37 years. And she's like she went from super nerdy girl in high school, like all school, to this dude. She's the hottest MILF on the planet right now. Like she's
Yeah.
Italian. She's sexy.
Italians are.
They are, and I'm gaga for her, and I'm mad at myself for being gaga for her because I don't need girls. I'm having the greatest life. I live the greatest life, and it's been without girls, Allie, since 2016. I've traveled the world, got to do so much cool stuff. So my advice to you in this whole long-winded advice thing is maybe just don't even see men for a couple of years or something, and just go be Allie Marz and have some fun, and stop getting disappointed by all the assholes out there. Because you seem to really attract a lot of assholes, Allie, if I may.
I do. I'm reading the comments on your thing here, and this girl or someone was like, is her mic in her hair? Yeah, I have wireless headphones on just to clear that up. I'm like reading the comments. Sorry, it's only crackly just because I sold my dining room table. So now when I podcast, I sit on the floor. So I sit on the floor and podcast with like my mic in my hand. It's a little ghetto setup right now. But anyways, yeah. So I was thinking about doing that, taking a break, and
You should, Allie. I mean,
I
we're on
have
date number 2. You've already given it up to this fucking pony boy who you don't even know, Allie. And like, so I think Allie needs to take a time out. I'm going to send you a chastity belt. You're going to put it on, and I get to keep the key. And I want Allie to take a year for herself without any men getting to touch your puss. And just men should leave you alone for a little while. And you should go live Allie life for Allie.
I'm going to Europe in 2 weeks, so I will be in Europe in 2 weeks.
And so no dating over there, no kissing boys and all this stuff.
I'm going with my mom. It's just it's a mom trip. Oh no, I know. I'm still reading the comments, and she's like, I wasn't being rude. I know you aren't being rude. It's only because I lost my my iPhone headphones, so it's a little choppy. But anyways, yeah, I'm looking forward to Europe with my mom. That's going to be very interesting. And
that will be good. You're going for 2 weeks. Where are you going?
2 weeks. We're going to Scotland the whole time. And actually, Brenton's going to be out there, so we might try and meet up.
I saw something about this on your Twitter post, and that'd be super cool if you guys get to hook up out there. Scotland looks beautiful. Have the most amazing time. I got to ask you a couple questions because you are super beautiful. I know you have like your regular job, and I've never brought it up. You've been on the show before, and you keep that private, and I respect that. But I have to ask. I think Dean's asked you this before when you were on a show, but I can't remember. Have you ever partaken or are you on OnlyFans Allie?
I still am, yes. I stopped doing it for a little while, to be completely honest. I took it off. I was dating someone who wasn't really a fan of it, so I was like, hey, you know what? I will tone it down a little bit. But now I'm back on it and just kind of keeping it very, very low key, but
Yeah.
I am doing it on the side, yes.
So explain. So there's the new craze out there, Allie. I don't know if you're into this, but there's two of them. One is filming yourself sleeping. Is that it's become a big thing? Is that something you've ever thought about? Have you heard of it? Would you do it?
Okay, no, but me and my man friend were just talking about this. He's like, there's a thing where you like film your like significant other like sleeping and like where you guys are like you were like if you're snoring, like people are into it. I'm like,
They are.
what?
It's a new thing on the internet where people pay to watch girls sleep at night, and girls are making sick amounts of money to fucking
Yeah.
put their phone sideways and film themselves like on live, on Facebook Live or whatever, or film it, or for OnlyFans, and they're making sick amounts of cash. And the other one, which is bizarre, is playing video games with your tits out, but not tits out, like you're clothed,
Yeah.
but they're like on full display. You make sure they're looking really perky and nice and fluffy.
I've seen that.
And
I've
guys
seen that.
literally watch and pay girls to
Mhm.
play video games with their tits on display with clothes.
Yeah, I've seen
Like,
that.
it's insane. Do you take advantage of this free money that you could make, Ellie?
I'm not into the whole like video gaming thing, so like I don't really do that, but I have seen it. Like I see it's a lot of things that are really like well known in like the OnlyFans world is a lot of cosplay and stuff like that. So actually we were again, my man friend and I were just talking about this because I love Beetlejuice and he's like, should we dress up as Beetlejuice? And I'm like, probably.
Maybe
yeah, it's like a
maybe you have found your one here and one and only on your second date with Mr. Man there.
I think so.
Well, listen, just to listen, please take my advice. And again, I'm not a guru at this, and I'm probably the worst to give advice. But okay, you've already given up the cookie, but take it slower now. Like make them work for it. Like tease them a bit, Allie, from here on out.
That's why we went on a date today. I just cooked him dinner. We just had dinner.
What'd you make him?
We made salmon and rice and veggies.
Nice.
Healthy.
Good for you. Well, listen, you look amazing. How's the podcast going? I love your podcast. I got friends here in Ontario that are always asking me about you. They listen to your podcast. They're like, I love Allie Marz. She is fucking cool. Is like, I'm like, what you see is what you get at Allie Marz. You are
that
the
makes
real
me
deal.
so happy.
That's why I love you, and I think we really do connect, not in a like a sexual way, but we really are pals. We talk all the time, and you make me laugh. And I love texting you because you do make me laugh, and you have the funniest responses. Allie, I really do believe you have a great podcast, and so where can people find it? Tell us about it, and who's coming up next?
So actually, speak of the podcast, I have a very exciting guest for my 30th episode. I'm hitting 30. I actually should have recorded it last week. I'm a little behind on my podcast, so I'm very sorry about being tardy, but Nicole is back.
Nice.
So Nicole and I have rekindled our friendship, and I'm very happy.
I'm so happy. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm very happy too, and love her to death. It's called Welcome to Mars. It's on anywhere you can find your podcast. I'm on Instagram at Welcome to Mars as well. If you want to follow my personal, it's at the Allie Marz. But my next guest is Nicole. That's the only reason why the podcast is delayed this month is because her and I have had conflicting schedules, and I don't want to release my 30th without her. So she's back, and we're gonna do a little collab and see what happens for the two of us again.
Amazing. I love the podcast. Everybody loves the podcast. Allie Marz, you're dating some new fella. He's in your room. You've already given it up. What's the plan for Allie in the next couple of years? Are we looking for marriage, Allie? Are we looking to have babies? What's the plan moving forward for Allie Marz?
No babies in my future, but just traveling. I'm going, like I said, I'm going to Europe in 2 weeks, and I'm planning a Bali trip in September. So I'm just trying to, travel and live my life while I can. So that's what my
Well,
dad
you got to
wanted me
come
to
down and
do.
visit me in Nicaragua in the off season from the island, and you would
I'm
love
in.
Nicaragua. You'd love San Juan del Sur. Sunday Fun Day is the biggest
Sunday
party.
Fun Day. That's where my friend works. Like, he lives in Nicaragua and does the Sunday Fun
Dude,
Day thing.
you've got to Google, YouTube it. That has your name written all
I
over it,
know.
Allie Marz.
I
The
know.
men there are super sexy. They're all buff. They're all like they get fucked up. It's right up your alley.
I
You
know.
got to come and visit me in Nicaragua this winter for sure.
When are you off there?
I'm off. I'm done at the island end of October, and I'm heading to Nicaragua in November. I'll be there all winter.
All right. Well, I'm in.
Totally. You got it. I promise you'll love it. And you got another friend there. So it's a win-win for Allie Marz.
Absolutely. I am 100% actually, like, my companion and I, we just are like, let's travel, let's do this. So like I said, we're doing Bali in September, and I would love to get to Costa Rica, Nicaragua.
Yeah,
all
you
over.
should do them
So
both.
yeah,
Costa's
let me
amazing.
know.
Nicaragua, I will. Listen, Allie, I love you. It's been the best. I love having you on the show. You're the greatest. You're fun times. I love that you. Thank you for being honest about your dating disasters, and you really did hate men there for a while on Twitter. You're like, I'm just done with men. I hate every man on this planet. Fuck them all.
Some guy literally just sent a comment. He's like, I unfollowed Allie because all she does is complain about her dating life.
Well, because here's the thing, you should have went on a date with Bondzee when he had the opportunity, and who knows, you could have fell in love with me because I'm super funny and fun to be with, and then you keep finding these douchebag assholes. So maybe you need to find an older, bald-headed, fat nerd guy like me, Allie. Not that I'm really a nerd; I'm a sports freak. But, anyways.
Yeah. Anyways,
you
tell that guy
you
to
are
follow me
attracted
back.
to the assholes, and that's fine. But maybe a secret man in the bedroom who's waiting for you. And don't put out tonight. I promise me that you won't put out tonight. Make him wait this time.
No, okay? I'm gonna kick him out as soon as I get back inside.
Maybe a handy, and that's it. Before he goes, and that's it. And then send him on his way. Tell him Bondzee says no love tonight from Mars. You're the best. Thanks for doing this. And everybody, you got to go check out Allie Marz. TikTok, you're doing some banger TikToks. You're so funny. TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. It's Allie Marz. Go follow her podcast as well. It's on the Dean Blundell Network. It's Welcome to Mars, right? And it's the one and only Allie Marz. You're the best. And
you got to remember, Allie, I got you for 2 hot seconds here. If you date Bondzee, he will guarantee take you to Zellers, and you will have a hot turkey sandwich. Like,
buddy, look how much ketchup you get on your fries at Zellers.
I remember those. My mom and I used to go to Zellers when I was a kid, and we used to like walk into the restaurant, and I'm like, what is this?
Right? That's awesome. Well, you're the best. Thanks for joining us, and everybody, make sure you go follow her. It's the real Allie Marz, at Allie Marz, all the social media. You're the best. Thanks so much. Take care.
Love you. Miss you.
Bye.
Thank you.
It's Allie Marz, everybody. Please go follow her. All the social medias, Dean Blundell Network. That's her podcast right there. It's called Welcome to Mars with the one and only Allie Marz. She's beautiful. She's funny. She's sexy. She's shot out of a cannon. You'll all love her. You'll love her podcast. We all do. Go check her out. What a treat to have her on. I've been trying to get her on for a while. We've had the craziest scheduling conflicts, but she is the best. And we finally did it. And I think that was pretty fun. And fucking girl meets a guy like, where are these girls for Bondzee? Picks up a guy last night, fucks him right there. First date, not a big deal. Second date tonight, he's already there waiting in the bedroom. Handy my ass. He's getting the full Allie Marz deal. I'm sitting here whacking it off 7 days a week, day after day. Can't even get a date. I get a date that aren't dates because you got a fucking boyfriend sitting in Sarge's basement. Can't even go on Tinder. Oh, yeah, come over to Sarge's house. Right? That's my sex life right there, is pure crickets. Oh, good Lord. All right, moving on. Folks, I love this guy. He's the greatest. He's a world traveler. I'm really, really super excited that we got to meet and our friendship has blossomed since meeting in Nicaragua. We've got this little segment we've been doing. It's been a minute now just because of my schedule, his schedule, because this motherfucker, I don't even think he has a home like me because he's never in one spot for more than 5 minutes. His name's Chris Cram. We love him. You know him. It's breaking news with Chris Cram. How are you, bro?
Good, brother. How you doing, man?
Amazing. So I see you're at the car club in Toronto. So
Back
you
here
are
at the
sort
World
of
Center. Yep.
homish, if you will.
One of the homish. Yeah. I think you were talking about it. You know, when we get the travel bug, it doesn't release us for a while, right? So we
Yeah.
you know, we start the whole process of building our different home bases around this planet, right? You and I
Yeah.
got to meet in one of our favorite, you know, in Nicaragua, in an amazing place, gorgeous people, just a great story every night of the week, and just like lovely people to be around. So yep, Toronto is one of them, and this is probably my favorite place in town here. I mean, look at the selection of
Dude,
these
I
vehicles
am in
back there. It's
awe. Like, I usually like to look at my guests while they're
insane.
speaking and stuff, but you're pretty handsome looking fella and stuff, and you're pretty sexy. But those cars, dude, behind you are really, really sexy.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
holy
really
shit.
something else.
So
There's
point about,
there's
like, I know we
everything
got
you
new
got.
people watching that didn't you
Sure.
pointed out some cars before, but why don't you
Yeah.
point to some of them and tell us what we got in the background here?
So we got a brand new Acura Nsx right down here. It's probably the fastest thing in here. 700
Wow.
horsepower. It's a hybrid, so it's got all the twin turbos in the world, and then all of the battery, actually very similar to a modern Formula One car, where you have an you have an internal combustion engine doing that, the bang there, and then you've got the battery on the other side adding power when you need it. So this NSX will do that. It's just a weapon to drive. I kind of call it Darth Vader because it like never looks like it's moving, but
Yeah.
it's the fastest thing in the world, right? So it's
Wow.
probably one of the top super sort of, you know, in the world of supercar, and yeah, supercar territory. You've got an old Datsun up here, 70s Datsun, you know, 240Z. Hard to really go wrong with those things. Those are like the OG, you know, Japanese cars. You got a Toyota GT4 in the middle. You got an E30 M3 from the 80s on the
The
end
old
there.
BMW on the right
Yeah,
there,
man.
right on the top. Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
sick
the red
looking
one up
car.
there.
Yeah, that one.
Car
Yeah.
is incredible, and that car is mint. Like it is exactly like the day it came off the factory floor. It's something else to drive, and
Wow.
just experience all about the smell and the sound in those cars, right?
And then we got
There's
some
an
Porsches.
OG. Yeah, you got some Porsches. You got another Datsun. There's a Ferrari 360 Challenge race car in the very back over there. And then you've got an OG Mustang, which I don't know if you can see, but it's right here. 70s Mustang convertible, like most popular car in the summertime to cruise around Toronto in, top down. Just a beautiful, beautiful ride. Yeah. And then over here at a shot, you've got my track weapon for this week. So it's a Z06 Corvette that's all been done up for track duty. So my own team is going to be up at Calabogie this weekend racing in the an endurance challenge called LDRC, doing 16-hour race up there. So
wow,
that's what we're off to this weekend.
With the two race cars that we showed before on the podcast.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
With the blue race car, blue one's going to be up there, and then I'll have this this Corvette over here that's all been done up as well. So we'll have a little bit of testing, a little bit of tuning, and then 16 hours of racing starts Saturday morning.
That's amazing, dude. Those cars are really, really fucking sexy looking in the background. It's great to have you back on the show. Let's talk a little F1. I think it's been a while. I wanted to talk. It was the Monaco Grand Prix, and it was the last one because and we'll just talk about this real briefly. It was they're not signed beyond 2022.
Well, yeah,
in the F1 thing, right? Or are they? Have they signed something?
I mean, Monaco is one of those sacred places on the Formula One calendar that really kind of marches to the beat of its own drum.
Yeah, it's the marquee.
Exactly. And if Monaco wants to host the Grand Prix, they will always be allowed to do so by the Formula One governing body. I think in the spirit of us race fans just wanting to watch racing every week, it is the one weekend of the year we have to take a pause to just watch a parade of beautiful cars. And that's great. But like, you know, those vehicles are way too large to fit on a track like that. That track was built for cars that are much smaller. It's a tiny little city. You know, the provenance is amazing and beautiful, but like this is a racing series at the end of the day, and
Yeah.
you know, I'm not a big fan of the racing that we get out of Monaco. Right? Go back to the '90s and Senna and all those guys ripping in the rain with a manual gearbox.
Yeah.
Like, sure, that
I'm
is
not.
amazing, right? Not
I
now.
think it looks really cool on TV, Chris, but
Yeah.
at the end of the day, when it comes down to racing and being able to pass and stuff, it's not that type of course.
It's not that
And
type
same
of
with the
course.
other one they raced at right after that, which was just below Russia. What was that? I can never remember the name.
Yeah, that's in Baku. It's in Azerbaijan.
Baku, yeah, the one.
Yeah.
And so they were there, and that's all a very similar tight looking track, right?
Well, yeah, that's a track. At least that track's kind of got two sides to it, where it does have that sort of inner city tight little where it goes up near the old castle there in town. That is a really tight segment that it goes
It
through.
is a
But the
cool
rest of
little
the
doo, doo,
track,
doo. And
yeah,
then it
the rest
has
of
the
track
long. Is
pretty
that the
wide.
longest straightaway on F1 in history on that track?
Yes, I believe that in use right now. I think that is the longest straightaway. I think it's what is it, 1.6 kilometers or something like that, almost a full mile.
Yeah,
So
dude,
I
it's
mean, those
unreal
guys
to
are
watch that car just go that fast for that long because
well.
you don't really get to see it. It's always like, you know, and then
Well, exactly.
but that is a ripper of it. Anyways, great track as well. Ferraris, they're up there. Red Bull, but Red Bull's looking really good lately, eh, dude? They've been on top.
Man. Yeah, you know what? It's been interesting. The top teams in the sport, your Ferrari and Red Bull, really, right? Those are your top two teams. Both of them, you can tell how hard these guys are pushing, because look at the failures these teams are having. Like, it's very rare that all four of those, those two Ferraris and those two Red Bulls finish the race. So what's that telling you? That's telling you,
everywhere, dude.
So that's telling you that the engineers are how hard they're pushing the tolerances in these motors, how hard the drivers are pushing. Because sometimes, let's not forget, sometimes it's the driver messing up, putting the car on the wall. So we've seen that at a Carlos Sainz a couple times this year, right? We've seen that at a Checo a couple times. So let's, it's interesting when you step back and you go, wow, these guys are everybody in the factory, on the track, all these thousands of people that are involved that make these cars go are all pushing it to the edge. And that's pretty amazing, right? Like, that gives us, like, look at this, what we get to watch, right?
It and that's just it. Look what we get to see and watch. And it has flipped so much from last year, where it was Mercedes and Red Bull dominant. Now Ferrari comes out of nowhere. But now Ferrari is started hot out of the gate. Both drivers are doing amazing, but they're having the engine problems now that Red Bull seemed to have at the beginning of the season and fixed pretty quickly, if you will, right?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, that's like the cyclical nature of always engineering towards something and then coming back to that thing, right? We add power and then we need more grip, and then we need to add grip and then we add more power, and and there's this cycle of development that these engineers do throughout the year, and every team is different, right? These $250 million or whatever the salary cap is, are spent differently by different teams. So, potentially at the start of the year, one team had a bit more engine budget. Maybe now, this is where Ferrari's money has to come in and kind of fix some of these engine problems that they've been developing. They are, again, pushing these things so hard that they're going to get these failures, right? And remember, let's not forget, after all, that these are legitimate prototype vehicles, right? There's only the two of them you see on the weekend running. That's the only ones that exist. There are spare bits and pieces of the rest of them, but the only two that are built are there at the track.
I got one comment is a buddy wants to know if you can lend out a loaner for the weekend. He needs a car.
Oh yeah, I got this one right here. You want this one?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. We'll just,
if you got
meet him out back,
10 grand an hour, no problem. We'll rent it to you. That one, Chopper says, "Hey Chris, can I get a loaner?" That made me laugh, and I just got to get that in now. But it's amazing. Those cars in the background are super sexy.
Yeah.
The F1 is really intriguing this year, Chris, because I see how it's all gone. And Mercedes went from the best of the best, Lewis Hamilton, to Lewis is riding in not so much the back of the pack, if you will, but mid to back. But then he stepped it up lately. He did finish on the podium this weekend at the Canadian Grand Prix at the Jacques Villeneuve track in Montreal. Let's talk about that a little bit.
Yeah,
How did
absolutely.
you like the race? And what did you think about the whole experience after being off for a couple of years here?
Yeah, well, exactly. First off, it's just amazing that we got to celebrate Formula One again in Canada, right? Bringing that race back after 3 years, like this is a huge event. It's a well received event by all the Formula One teams. They love being in Canada and in Montreal. And you and I know this. Like we, as grown up down the road from Montreal, what a fantastic city to host an event like that, a party. That racetrack out on an island in the middle of the St. Lawrence. Like, could we pick anything more Canadian?
Right.
Right. Than like, let's go for an F1 rip around the racetrack in the middle of the St. Lawrence. How can you beat that? Right. The way the hospitality is in Montreal, the food, the hotels, it's the European vibe, the service. Right. What a city that knows how to to host things like this. So it's amazing to get that back. It's amazing to get that back on the calendar. Tons of jobs and stuff like that, right? To support a massive event like that. And then, to get these guys back into town to a favorite track of theirs, it's always throws us curveballs from a weather perspective. And we saw that on Saturday.
Poured rain the qualifying on Saturday.
I mean, we know these storms, Bondzee, right? These are the ones that rip up through, Ontario, and they rip through, eastern and western Quebec there, right? So, those types of storms, they come in pretty heavy. So it really sort of threw a monkey wrench.
Well, it threw a loop for the good drivers were okay, and it did the Verstappens, the Lewis Hamiltons, and so on. But the Canadian driver, he was out in the first fucking lap of the qualifying, dude, just like that. Like it is amazing, Chris, that the F1 has taken off again in Canada and in the USA. We do have 2 Canadian drivers, but we talked about this previously in other times you've been on, but the Canadian drivers are they're horrendous, and they're there for one reason, because of the money and who their dads are, right? With both of them.
Yeah, I mean, money is required at every level of motorsports, no matter if you're racing where I'm racing or whether you're the son of a big, a Canadian businessman who wants to own a Formula One team. Like, money is important. You don't get there without the money. These vehicles are ridiculously expensive, even these, right? So, these types of guys who are going to get those types of drives are going to sometimes just be a money driver. Now, you can't say that really about these 2 guys. These guys have raced in other series. They haven't necessarily always won in those series, but they did their time. They got their opportunity. The problem I have now is that they've got the opportunity. They've got something that many, many, many other people don't get, and they haven't done anything with it, and they haven't performed, and they've done silly mistakes, and they've crashed out, and they've done this kind of stuff. And after a while, Bondzee, I'm with you. I can't watch anymore. It's like a train wreck.
Yeah.
And I couldn't be more proud as a Canadian boy to have 2 Canadians on the grid. Like to be able to look out there and see the 2 Canadian flags, the nationalities at the back of the pack. It feels good and bad at the same time, right? So,
well, that you nailed it. It feels good and bad at the same time. It's cool to see them there, but man, I wish but it's just not the Canadians though, dude. In all fairness, this season, the past, so many seasons when Mercedes dominated, and I was going to ask you this a little while ago, and we got on a different path, but it brought me back to this, is that how, and I've asked this question before, and I'll sort of ask it in a different way. There's the Mercedes, the Ferrari, the Red Bull, and then all of a sudden we had Alonso who jumped up that was on on the grid, like up in the top. That was amazing to see at the Canadian Grand Prix. But how come, with all the money, technology, it's 2022, all the brains and brawn out there, why is there such a fucking gap between the 3 and then the rest? And I mean, there's a big difference, bro.
Yeah, there is a massive difference. If you look at, now, I mean, they're trying to change this with instituting salary caps or team operation caps and stuff like that. They're trying to sort of make this a little bit more level playing field. But if you look at the history of engineering of a team like Ferrari F1 racing, right? How much they have in the think tank there. Same thing for Mercedes-Benz, right? And really, Red Bull Racing has been around for a long time now, right? So these guys have been top of the game. I mean, they were winning in the mid 2000s with Sebastian Vettel. So these guys have been at this for a long time. You've got 3 of the top teams in the world really executing at a really high level. It's pretty darn impressive to watch. We've seen, potentially, with Lewis Hamilton and Mercedes over the last 10 years. I mean, he's GOAT status now because of that. When we've got to sort of sit here and watch that guy do that, the discrepancy, I mean, it's always been money, right? The top teams have always spent more. They're changing that now, right? We're starting to institute these operation cost limitations. But that's going to take some time to balance out, right? And when you look at what the strategy they're trying to use is they're trying to take the top teams and they're trying to give more development time to the lower teams, right? To sort of skew it so the lower teams can have more time in the wind tunnel to test their stuff out and more this and that. So as an attempt to sort of draw them closer. But I mean, really, if we look at the gap in times, it's pretty much the same as it's always been, right? The slowest teams are pretty darn slow and they get lapped by lap 20, right? And the fast teams, and like we see, there's 2 clear teams, really, 3 if you count, if Mercedes is back, right? Mercedes is only really back into that race because of the late race caution. They were pretty distant, those front 2 cars had pretty much taken off, right? So from a pace perspective, that Merc doesn't really have it right now. But it's just kind of, like you said, leader of the mid-pack, or best of the rest, right?
Yeah, for sure. Well, listen, I love it. All the members up at the club that I'm at, they all got tons of do-re-mi. A bunch of them were at the F1 at Montreal this past weekend. I can't wait I haven't seen them yet because they were there. It's my days off. I'm looking forward to hearing their personal stories of being there. It sucked that it poured rain Saturday.
Sunday is beautiful though. Gotta love it.
Listen, it's Montreal. It's a great time. It's a great place to be. It's F1. It really has taken off because of the Netflix special. Folks, I know some of the people on here, and I see Danielle's had enough, and she's like, have a good night. Good night, and thanks for watching. But listen, F1 is really taking off, and this Netflix special is something special. And you got to go check it out. It will get you so heavily involved in it. It's exciting, Chris? And really Glassy wants to jump in, please. Glassy, for sure.
Yeah, Chris, I was talking to you before when we were in the green room before the show and stuff like that. What's your take on this? As a Canadian, we need to get oil to market. What is with this? You drive an F1 car for a living.
And your major sponsor is one of the largest oil companies in the world, right?
Right.
First of all, I understand what Vettel is doing with his platform. I get it, but this is a bit. I don't know if this was well thought through enough, but Vettel runs his own show. He doesn't have a publicist doing this. This is all him.
Is it really?
Yeah, it really is. And you couldn't meet a nicer guy, one of the nicest guys out there. But he really goes to task with certain things, and he's been very outspoken about some of the races in Saudi Arabia and some of the other nations around the world that have, some questionable situations happening in them. And he's been very, very, a heavy critic of that for a while. As a Canadian, as a motorsports enthusiast, as someone who is a realist, and I know that we are still on fossil fuels for the next 20, 30 years or so before we're ever getting away from that. If we're going to pay anybody to extract oil, why don't we pay ourselves? That seems to make the most sense there. And plus, we do it cleaner and safer and better than I mean, I'm not going to mention other countries because somebody will fact check me and those will be wrong. But I'm sure you guys know lots of them, right? They're like, maybe that's human rights issues over there, maybe, So I think Seb needs to sort of do a bit more research sometimes and, sure.
Well, I get offended because I was in Alberta for almost 4 years, and Fort McMurray especially, man. You go up there, and I'll be the biggest pusher of the region because they've taken oil sands, big mines, they've filled them in, they've turned them into nature reserves. bison, moose, everything like that. There's animals thriving back on that. We can't get our goddamn oil to market, and here's some ass that I know he's won 4 world titles, but whatever. Pick your time, pick your place.
I don't love the whole idea of like a race car driver who literally burns dinosaur juice for a living.
And flies to everywhere he goes.
Yeah, in a private jet, right? And his car is only one of them. And, like, hey, let's simmer down a bit. And, like, again, like, some of the human rights stuff he's on about is valid, and that needs to be discussed. And we need to talk about that. But, like, okay, maybe a bit of a swing and a miss in the Canadian market, Seb.
For sure. We all had a pool going that hopefully he crashed, but he'd end up 14th.
Like he actually did okay in a pretty shitty car. So yeah,
a buddy of mine posted a video, and he's like, "What if he crashed this weekend?" Chris, while we got you, can I ask you one more take?
Sure.
What's your take on Formula E not coming to Vancouver? Local organizers, the whole thing, they've terminated everybody.
Yeah, it seems like the organizing group there couldn't put an event together, right? Like, how difficult is that, guys? Like, it seems like this is a if we want to talk about a hypocrite series. Here we have these electric cars that are just wonderful. Like, they're really interesting to look at, and the technology to run them. But there's like big diesel generators out back behind charging all the batteries, right? So, and they still got to show up on transport trucks.
Yes.
Right. So, like, this is a technology exhibit of what is possible with electric cars. We're actually some friends and I are working towards an fully electric race car for our own amateur racing series. Actually, that's a little pet project that we have going on right now.
What does that look like? What's your biggest challenges with that?
Packaging the batteries and cooling. Because the batteries overheat, and we've done a lot of
the biggest thing.
Yeah, we've done a lot of development work on the track with Teslas and stuff like that. And the Tesla can do about 10 minutes at top speed. And then just the batteries are like, nope, we're too hot. We're shutting down. So that's one of the solutions. So to look at these Formula E cars, I mean, they are brilliant pieces of engineering. Mm-hmm. If we think back to, like, I don't know if you guys remember the first year of Formula E, but the car couldn't last the whole race. No. So each driver had 2 cars. And you have to pull into the pits and jump out and jump into the other car and do that.
100%. 100%.
This is exactly how Formula E started. It was a pure joke, but it is amazing to see these teams get on. I know that we need to think about hybrid power, and we need to create creative battery solutions and all that stuff. This is one of those markets that, that is an industry that's being pushed forward by the development that happens in Formula E, just like the petrol industry and hybrid does in the Formula One, the Formula One capacity, right? A lot of technology came out of Formula One that we use in cars today. So, Formula E is a lovely package. It's a lovely, interesting thing to watch. It's neat because you hear the tires, because the cars don't really make sound. They make this like whirring noise. Yep. I'm not a fan of the tracks. The tracks tend to be really small and really tight, but it's supposed to be a downtown showcase for people to be able to kind of like come down from their condos and look at these things go around.
And that's what Vancouver was for many years with the Molson Indy. We had Molson Indy in Vancouver. We were on the 6th or 7th floor of a condo tower, but they put the fence up higher so you couldn't see it from your balcony because they wanted to buy a ticket.
Oh, that's 100%. Salty.
Yeah, totally. Right? Yeah, right on Pacific Boulevard. Just crazy, man. Like,
I'm upset that we're not going to have that race. I sure am. More world stage FIA races on Canadian soil. I'm all game for that, and I was really looking forward to that. Circuit Jacques Villeneuve in Montreal is the only FIA track that we have capable of hosting in Canada right now. Most sport does have certification up in Bowmanville, but it is not really up to the snuff of for modern Formula One facility. So, this is all we got. So unless maybe there's a Formula One downtown Edmonton? No, maybe.
Straight
road. Well, I'd love to talk about that in future episodes about because of the Netflix special. We've got the track in Austin, Texas, which is super, super cool. I drove by it. I got to see it. I wasn't inside it, but that's pretty amazing. But, Yeah, let's get into this. I want to save it for another segment, Chris, if you will, for breaking news with Chris Cram. This has been amazing. Thanks so much for joining us. I love
pleasure,
talking
guys.
F1 with you. It was cool that it was back in Canada for the first time in 3 years. My boy Verstappen, your boy, we're both on the same squad there.
Team Max, absolutely.
It's been cool to see Red Bull kind of get back into it. Real quick before I let you go. This whole thing, it was Red Bull, Ferrari. Mercedes is coming back up into it a little bit. I think they're starting to figure some things out, right? Yep. Ferrari's falling a little bit, and then Red Bull faltered at the beginning, and everybody was like, "Oh no!" But Red Bull figured it out real quick, and Red Bull, Verstappen, he's the shit, dude, and they're on top again, and here we are. So. Where do you ending question? Mercedes, Red Bull, Ferrari. Does Mercedes figure it out? Ferrari's got it. Thought they were dialed in. They're having some troubles, and Red Bull is they're dialed. So what happened?
My hot take is the only time you're going to see Mercedes fight for a win this year is if the Red Bulls and the Ferraris run into reliability issues, because the one thing the Mercedes cars have not had is reliability issues. Those cars have been finishing the races, not up front, but they've been finishing the races. Right. Watching them gain momentum based on the strength they have in the reliability arena, I think they're going to be there and ready. I don't think they're going to have that outright pace to compete until well into the year. I don't think that's happening anytime soon. But again, we look at the failures we're seeing. Ferrari and Red Bull are pushing each other so hard that those cars are breaking. And that's going to create opportunities for Lewis, like you saw this past weekend in one of his favorite tracks, one of his favorite cities in Montreal, with his podium and take third place. And also, like, George Russell's had a couple podiums this year too as well. That's a rookie. So Mercedes is there. They're there and they're ready. And they're waiting for those guys to blow up. Now, keep in mind, they only have a certain amount of engines a year, right? So they've blown a bunch. So every new one, they got to go to the back. And they got to start the race at the back. And that's why you saw Charles Leclerc starting at the back this week.
That's right. This past weekend,
engine.
Montreal.
So, watch out for the dark horse, Lewis Hamilton and George Russell on the Mercedes team. Late season, you might see them contend for some wins. But that's probably the only way I think that will happen in outright. I don't think it's there in outright pace.
Amazing. Dude, I love you. I love seeing you.
Love you too, brother.
I'm so glad we're friends. This new segment it might not be every year. Like, I know some girls who watch the show religiously. This ain't their jam, but man, oh man, I really do appreciate every segment with you. I love talking car racing. I'm super into it now. And a lot of the guys who do watch the show are into it as well. And this is why we do this segment called Breaking News with Chris Cram. You're the shit. Dude, it is amazing. It's hard to keep up with you. You're here, there, and everywhere. But God damn it, I love you taking the time to come on the show when you can. So take care.
Love you too, brother. Appreciate you having me on, and always look forward to being on and talking with you guys.
Yeah, so listen, I don't know if you have to go or are you in a hurry. So we're at the end of the show, and we always do this last segment where we're going to play about 10, 12 videos. They're quick. All right. Do you want to stick around and we'll laugh together and we can commentate on them? All right, Glassy, join us. This is where Glassy shines, bro. This is his favorite segment. Come on. He plays the videos.
I ask the hard-hitting questions that you don't.
What?
Formula E. You would have never mentioned Formula E had I've never said anything.
No, I don't. I'm not a Formula E guy. I'm not. Listen,
you got to pay attention to the whole medium.
I'm the biggest racing fucking guru. Like, why do you got to come on my show and disrespect me when I fucking was just hyping you up, you motherfucker?
Whoa!
I was just giving you best kudos, and you're like, oh, you don't even know about Formula E. No, you're right. I don't. Look at the catch up on those.
Oh, look at that. That's the old Zeller's meal, is it?
Yep, it is.
Yes, sir.
Love it.
Now what do we got now? We got IKEA meals now.
Yep, that's the only thing left.
Oh, you got the Swedish meatballs.
Yeah.
Hey, you get a hell of a breakfast for $1.50 though.
Yeah, that's true.
I've never, ever, ever to this day, I can swear on my kids live on this show live, I've never had a sniff of food at IKEA. Never.
Really?
Yep.
Oh,
never.
My God.
I've been to IKEA a bunch when I was married, but I never ever ate there. Never did.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, even the meatballs, eh, Bondzee?
What am I missing
The
out
meatballs are
on?
famous.
Like am
It's
I
the
missing
Swedish
out?
meatballs.
Like, do people go to IKEA not even to shop, just to eat food?
People
Some
do.
people. Yeah,
Come on.
seniors.
Are you
Yeah.
serious?
Yeah.
You go to the one in
I've
North
done it.
York.
Oh,
like
honey,
going
do you want to go? Oh, honey, do you want to go over to the IKEA to get me some lovely breakfast for sausage and eggs for $1.50? Would that be all right? Let's go. It'll be a jolly old time. I could see me mum doing that. That's who I was.
You know what?
Thinking.
That'd be a hell of a good time, though. Like it's
like going breakfast. Sign me up.
Going to Costco, man. The best part of going to Costco is grabbing the poutine and all that stuff from the.
I never eat at Costco either. I never went to Costco to eat food. I
don't when I was living in Maui, it was pizza at Costco every day. That was the only. I could only afford pizza at Costco. Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
Couldn't afford anything else living there.
The big ass slices too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, huge like Brooklyn style. Like
you pay like $7 for a full pizza. It's like I'm in.
Yeah.
100%.
So amazing. So let's get into it. Glassy, we got some beauty videos tonight. I think I sent you 12.
Go back to this guy?
Yeah, why don't we start with the best of the best? We open the show with this. Folks, I don't know if maybe you weren't listening or watching at the beginning, and if you're only hearing this, you can hear the music and it's the Eye of the Tiger, but picture yourself practicing your best sexual moves. Wow. If there was a female there, it's the only way I can describe it. Watch this.
Chris is probably going to disconnect after this video ends. You know that, right?
Oh no! What do you guys?
He loves it. This is Chris's. He does these moves.
That's my yoga.
Oh yeah! Oh, there he is, grabbing the back of the headrail there. Dude's really giving it. Oh baby, now she's riding him. Little side lob action. Pump it. Look at the hard thrust. Oh, now we got the jackrabbit. Folks, the jackrabbit is out.
I gotta know who the fuck does that video. Like, come on. I watched it when you sent it to me. I was like, yes, it needs to be first because this is what we do.
I wonder
I have a lot of questions.
How many views that video has, because it's really funny. Like, and it really is. That guy has balls of steel to put that up. Like,
man,
know about that one. I don't
that
know
lumbar flexibility. Wow,
right? I don't know which one. I think my favorite move is where he does the sexual chocolate, like slow motion move, and then it's a hard thrust right at the end, and then he goes right into the jackrabbit.
I think it's the side leg up in the air. I think that was kind of
that's a pretty good one too. He actually grabs his own leg.
Yeah, has to hold it up.
Oh yeah.
All right, what else we got there, Shooter?
Yeah, look at that ketchup on those fries.
Oh, I love it. Look at the pepper on that gravy, though. That's a lot of pepper, by the way.
$1.50 a lot ketchup right there.
Right? Oh, I know. Get your money's worth. Do you want to tee up the racing video, Bondzee?
What do we got? Oh, so okay. Well, this Mr. Chris Cram, this would be right up your alley.
All right.
There are people that are terrified of things on this planet. Me, it's for snakes. For me, it's snakes. Other people, it's heights. For this guy who plays professional basketball and is the size of a fucking CN Tower, he's in this tiny little race car with an F1 driver, and watch what happens. This fucking video made me laugh.
Oh. Hey, whoa, relax. Relax. No, man. You're going too fast. Oh. No. My head. Oh, my God. Oh, hell no. Oh, you driving. Pass out. Oh, my stomach finna fall out my What car have you got? What car have I got? What car have you got? A minivan. A Toyota Sienna. Oh, yeah? I don't need to go fast. That's pretty
I got a minivan.
I got minivan. Toyota Sienna. I don't need to go fast. Look at him shaking his head.
Bat out of hell in there.
You drive like a
I wasn't scared, y'all. I made it. It's okay.
Amazing.
Chris Cram, right? Like,
so that's
race cars. Yeah. You know the G-forces and stuff.
Oh yeah.
You like it's that real, right? Like your stomach feels like it's gonna come out of your body and stuff.
Especially when you're in the passenger seat. The feeling of speed goes away for me anyway when I'm behind the wheel. I don't feel the speed.
Because you're in
sitting
control,
right seat. Yeah, sitting
you
right
feel
seat
everything.
with a friend who is a very capable and fast race car driver. I am still white knuckling the hell out of whatever I can grab onto, right? Both our race cars have passenger seats in them. We use it for driver training. Bondzee, you got to come with me. I'm going to strap you in next to me, and we're going to do that. And we'll record it. We'll get the video cameras out. Cars are all wired up.
It'll be the greatest for this segment on the show.
We'll just hear Bonzee's Sarge voice just screaming.
GoPro right here.
Yeah. I would be screaming like a little schoolgirl. The people in me, I'll never live it down forever. But yeah, I'll do it for the show. I mean, listen, I got eaten and attacked by crazy police dogs in California, so I'll drive in a race car like that if you're offering the opportunity, dude. That'd be amazing.
And it's safe as heck too. Yeah, it was nice to see. It was neat to see Lando though. That was Lando Norris from McLaren, right?
It was Lando Norris. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that was that Coda.
Such a cool dude too.
Such a good guy.
That was a really funny video. Way to go. We got this next video. We're sort of stealing. I don't know if we'll get clipped and flagged. But we're
sorry, YouTube. Please don't kick us off.
Yeah. But this is fucking funny. Watch this.
This is funny. This is really funny. This is, oh God.
Drunk driving is illegal. Drunk passenger is just annoying.
And he wants to give me rest of it on the web as well.
It's just annoying.
Oops. And he wants to give me rest of it on the web as well.
Oh. He cracked him.
Now he's straight sober.
Wear your Hans device, bro.
Instantly sober. Did you see him? He just was like, he couldn't shut the fuck up, and he went to shut the fuck up from 100 to 0, just like that.
And he wants to give me rest of it on the web as well.
I've seen this video 30 times at least, from watching it, finding it, sending it to you, this show, and showing my parents. It's funny every single time. Play it one more time. It's just unreal. Right. Oh my God, it snapped him sober instantly, didn't it?
I don't know if you've ever been on a city bus. You've been on a transit bus in your life, both of you? Okay.
Yeah.
So I was a driver for 13 years, transit bus.
You were?
Yeah. Oh yeah. City bus driver, man. Oh yeah. Little things, fun.
What city,
anyways,
Saucy?
Yeah, between Abbotsford, Mission, Vancouver, here.
Amazing.
Yeah, all over the province. But anyways, you'd be driving down the highway because your route was between two towns. And you know that mirror that they have right there? So you see the driver really small, but he can see all of you really big, the convex mirror. Well, you just go like, and you watch all the heads. Yeah, so I totally get what you're talking. I totally get what you're talking about when you can't be a passenger in a car. It just doesn't work.
Somebody just said in the comments, he said, "I bet Reggie still watches this show." And then somebody else said, "Who's Reggie?" Folks, you got to go back and watch the old shows on YouTube if you don't know who Reggie is and the whole story. It's a bit 100%. Of a gong show, but
you want to go to golf?
Speaking of gong shows, I'd love to go to golf. We got some amazing videos coming up still, folks. It's Bondzee Live, Trippin With Bondzee. Chris Cram's joining us after breaking news, and we got some amazing videos coming up still. Watch this. This is the watermelon one, right? So this dude literally chucks a watermelon. Oh. This is incredible. No. Look at it go. That's some golf hole, by the way. I want to play there one day. It's going. Watch this. Hang on. He hits the fucking pin dead on from way up there. That's unbelievable, dude. No, that guy doesn't miss a meal, though. Did you see that?
There's a bit of belly.
He is a watermelon.
Yeah.
What an amazing video, though. That dude. Speaking of golf, Father's Day. This all ties in together. Speaking of Father's Day, everybody takes their kids out golfing, or the kids take the dad out golfing for Father's Day. This dad allowed his kids to do something crazy on Father's Day, and it didn't go so well for dad. Watch. Dude, play that 8 more times. Oh.
Why would you do that? Why would you do that?
So much. Like, what? Hey, his kids aren't old enough to even know. Why would you do that? But then he deserved everything he got in that video. Please play it 2 more times because it's that great. Okay. What an idiot. Oh. And I know that's plastic, and I know it's a little.
Those are the worst, man.
That still hurt. That hurt.
I love the zero emotion from the kid in the background, right? He's just looking over.
Yeah,
he's
just
the whack. Okay. He doesn't even move. He's like, yeah, no, you missed.
He never even flinched. That's funny.
Yeah, no,
dude, I've watched this video 50 times, and I never saw that kid in the background.
Really?
Never. I was watching the guy, the dad's reaction every time. Because that hurt. He's like, oh, why would I do this? Anyway, what a
that little boy's just like, oh, that didn't work.
Do you want to go to baseball?
I sure do. This kid, is this the one I'm thinking about? It's a little kid. Yeah, dude, this video is amazing. You're at the game. You're a young fella. You're with your pals, and you all bring your gloves. It's that moment. We're all bringing our gloves. One of us is gonna get a ball. One of us. It's like Stand By Me, right? It's that moment. And anyways, watch this.
Fans some love.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Crap.
Had it the whole way.
Watch his buddies.
Watch the jumps.
Yes, bro.
Fans some love.
Look at it. That's worth it. Like,
that's
what?
Totally
yeah. Had it the whole way.
Damn near took his whole skinny little arm off. It did. He caught it and kept it. And
his buddies.
The celly from his buddies was the best part of that whole catching video. I love it. I love it.
What a grab.
100%.
Yeah, totally.
Do you want to go to soccer?
You got there, big guy?
Let's go to soccer.
Now, listen, we all love soccer. We all think we got some fancy dancy moves here and there. And you're like, oh, I can beat this guy and watch me do my best David Beckham. Anyways, this guy, he puts a whole bunch of everything and nonsense together in flamboyancy and some sick moves, but it all doesn't work out so well in the end. Watch this. Oh, look at the big lad. He can do a couple of twirly whirlies. Oh, and he can watch this whole little leggy shake. Good jokes on Buddy in the Green, too. And then watch this. This is where it all goes downhill. What a pant load. And fail.
I feel like that's your dating life, Bondzee.
That's not me,
all
bro.
The moves,
buddy.
Taking it to Thursday. Here we go.
I'm gonna fight you right now.
Here comes Friday. Woo! Oh, he's out.
I am not that guy. I'm the guy that would have pulled off that fucking move, and I would have scored the goal.
Wait for it. Sunday
There's
morning.
Glassy.
Right there. Sunday
That's
morning.
You, Glassy.
Face down.
I'm an athlete.
Oh boy. What?
You're an athlete. That was you, Glassy. Over again in my sport. Okay. So, I can't see, or I don't.
This is a bit of a foul adventure.
I sent this to my kids.
Nice. I didn't think you would get that,
dude. It's thank you. Thank you, Glassy.
I didn't think you'd get that.
People understand the foul adventure comment and why I got it. Listen. Some people walk their dogs. I have seen some old yentas walk their cats in the streets of Florida and here and there. And listen, I've seen people walk birds, parrots on their arms and stuff. But I've never seen this. Watch.
It's on a leash. I was like, what? I had to watch this like 3 times. So watch, okay? I'm right here on the
swan.
I love this video. I love this video.
That puts back on the curb.
Flies across the street on a leash, and then he walks it.
That's
it's
cool.
A goose or whatever you call it. Anyways, that was pretty funny. That made me laugh.
Do you wanna talk about the Beebs for a minute? You want to?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do, because I'm upset. Listen, for all you people out there that are watching the show, maybe you don't know me super well, but I fucking love the Beebs. I have a man crush on him. I think he's fucking great. I'm sick and tired of people disrespecting the Beebs because of he was a prodigy. He's a prodigy. He's a fucking genius when it comes to music. He was gifted. He can play drums, the flute, it doesn't even matter. He can play everything. He can sing like an angel. He has all the dance moves too. And the kid's had the greatest life since 4 years old, and he's been a sensation. He comes to Toronto, and now I wish I want to talk about this a couple weeks ago, and he's from Toronto, like the Toronto area, okay? So he cancels 2 shows. People lose their fucking mind because poor Justin Bieber fucking has to cancel a show. Listen, do you know the amount of work and shit and planning that goes into it from the back perspective? Yeah, we buy the tickets through Ticketmaster. Yeah, we book hotel rooms. Some of us book flights, blah, blah, blah. And listen, it comes down to sometimes for a performer to cancel concerts and shit, it has to be for a major good reason. Anyways, bunch of yentas. Justin Bieber canceled a couple of weeks ago, and he stated at the time he had unknown illness, and he just didn't feel well. And the doctor's orders got to shut down the show. Then all these yentas jump on Facebook. Oh, my daughter's so dead, 15 years old, her life's ruined because she can't go see Justin Bieber tonight. Oh my God, it's just the worst ever. Fuck you, Justin Bieber. Oh, you're such an asshole. Why would you do this to my daughter? I'm thinking, you fucking
look at the fucking ketchup on those fries,
dude. Well,
just
listen,
that gravy.
Yeah,
how come they don't understand that for him to cancel, and it's not just him, or like it's Guns N' Roses, every major performer on this planet has had to cancel shows, and they're like, this is the 3rd time he's canceled on my daughter. Well, 2 of them are because of COVID. That wasn't fucking Bieber's fault. Like, oh, how dare Justin Bieber cancel a concert during COVID when we can't go anywhere? And then my poor boy, he's got some disease, and then the yentas are screaming on Facebook that how dare he ruin my daughter's life? Then the fucking guy plays this video and comes out with this. Watch.
You could have given it a little bit less of a tee up than that, but
yeah,
no, I couldn't, because I'm not passionate. Oh, my boy Bieber, you stop it right now, Glassy. You just play the video, okay? I teased it up, and now you're stalling.
Hey everyone,
look at my poor boy.
Justin here. I wanted to update you guys on.
I thought he had a stroke.
What's been going on?
Kind of looks like it.
Obviously,
yeah, it did. Like, well, listen.
You can probably see from my face.
Oh.
I have this syndrome called Ramsey Hunt syndrome, and it is from
W, leave that alone.
Eyes are different. His face is
virus.
Like, look.
That
his eyes are different timing.
Yeah.
Attacks the nerve in my ear.
He looks double vaccinated.
Nerves. And has caused my face to have paralysis.
Wow.
As you can see, this eye is not blinking. I can't smile on this side of my face. This nostril will not move.
It is. It's so weird.
There's full paralysis in this side of my face. So for those who are frustrated by my cancellations of the next shows, I'm just physically
great flavor,
not capable of doing them. This is pretty serious, as you can see. I wish this wasn't the case, but obviously my body's telling me I got to slow down, and I hope you guys understand. And
yeah, you understand. God damn it, that's my boy Beebs. Okay,
get back to 100% so that I can.
Guy's paralyzed in the face. Okay,
all
you yentas out there that were upset that your poor 15, 14, and 13-year-old daughter couldn't go to the show. Boo-hoo. The guy's got paralysis of the face, for crying out loud. Leave my boy Beebs alone.
Get my face back to
look at him
where it's supposed to be. I love you guys. Thanks for being
that's
patient
enough.
with
You
me.
can stop the video.
And
can I stop it now?
That eyeball thing is creepy. Eh?
Yeah, dude. Like one goes up.
It is. It's weird.
Yeah. What do they call it? Ramsey Hunt?
Anyways, Godspeed to my
Ramsey
boy
Hunt
Beebs.
syndrome.
I hope he's feeling better. And I love
Like
that guy.
Bell's palsy
And
almost, eh?
keep making those getting the BBs out balls, BB balls or whatever. But listen, it's so funny that all the Yentas were freaking out on Facebook because Beebs couldn't do the concert. And they're like, how dare you? How dare. Meanwhile, the motherfucker's face is like he's like got paralysis. I don't know. I just stop it. Stop making fun of people when they can't do the show. All right, that's enough. What else we got, bro?
Dubinator has a good one. Cram, can you start revving an engine every time Bondzee starts crying about Beebs?
I can absolutely go fire up the Corvette right now if anybody wants.
Yeah, hey, sorry, I love the
right
Beebs,
there.
Okay?
Yeah,
I got a special place in my heart for the kid. He's all right. He's a good old Canadian boy and loves the Leafs, and I love the Beebs. So there. And I feel like Don Cherry right now. Yeah, it's my boy Beebs.
He's a good kid. Don't worry about him. He needs a little love.
Bartending shirt on too. You go get him, Beebs. You'll fight a good fight there, bro.
Bonzee's corner over here now. Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
Bonzee's corner. That's the hill you're dying on. All right. Anyways, moving on. Should we go to a funny video? Should we go to a funny last video?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, this is a great one. Spoken through Aussie Man.
Having a ball. Don't stop me now from being a magpie.
Oh, wait, why the fuck are you following me?
Hey?
Yes?
You're tripping balls. I'm just heading this way too.
No, you are following me, dickhead. I can sense it.
Oh, bugger off. Put your ego in the trash can, mate. Having a good time.
You are.
Why would I follow a cat? I've got way better things to do with my time. Humans to swoop, kids to terrorise.
Well, piss off. I will rip your bloody bird head off, mate.
Oh, big words. Big words from a wannabe lion. Are you forgetting I have these things called wings, mate? You come at me, I fly away. You might get lucky occasionally.
Oh, you want to find out, do you? You want to find out?
Don't bloody threaten me. You need to go to the shops, I need to go to the shops. That's all that's happening here.
Well, at least walk further back or overtake me. Who fucking walks
I'm
this
just
close
walking
to
at
someone?
my regular speed I usually walk. Don't overthink it. Cats are always overthinking everything, eh?
Well, don't act like you know me. You don't know me.
In my experience, that's all I mean.
Well, that's a generalisation. I'm turning left.
Yeah, me too. I need to go left.
Fuck now.
That's the greatest. I love that. Folks,
just
if
overtake
you follow that fucking Aussie dude on Instagram, you gotta he wins. But whoever took that video wins too, because that's pretty amazing. A cat usually eats a bird in fucking 2 seconds. We've all seen Tweety and Sylvester. That's how it goes. But that fucking bird followed that cat, and he's like taunting him the whole entire way down the path. And the cat wanted nothing to do with him. It's the most bizarre video. Anyways, do we have any more? Oh yeah, we got a couple more here.
We have one more, which is really cool. A legend and the Stanley Cup, because you know the NHL playoffs or Stanley Cup final. Go Tampa, hopefully. I hope so.
Yeah. What?
Because
I'm torn on this. Somebody texted me today. I know we got guys watching at the Hip Bar in San Juan del Sur. Chris Cram knows the place very well. Greg Masilli is watching there with Gregory Dean. And Greg Masilli is a huge Tampa Bay fan, born and raised there. They won 2 Stanley Cups. They were down 2-0. A great win by them last night. Game 4 coming up tomorrow night. I think it's gonna go 7. I don't know who's gonna win. I don't even know who I'm rooting for either, Chris or Glassy, because I sort of don't really care about either team. I care about great hockey. Abs have already won a cup. Tampa's won 2. I've been to games in Tampa. I've got more friends that like Tampa. I'm probably rooting for Tampa, to be honest with you. You know, I don't know.
100%.
Yeah, I'm rooting for a game 7. I just want to see great hockey right to the bitter. I mean,
yeah.
this is the best, right? We're at the top of the pyramid right now. So anytime
Smart
you can get guys. I mean, look at the
29.
team. Look at McCarr, McKinnon, and
you know
what the show that like that young defenseman is putting on. He's insanely good, right? And then I mean, you can't. How do you beat the Lightning, right? That team has stayed together for this long. The core of it, really.
Yeah.
People are saying you look like
the
Stamkos
bounce back
there, but
Oh, I'll
you
take
look a
that.
lot like Steven
I wish
I'll take that any day. Look at you.
Well, maybe look at that playoff beard. Yeah, baby. Yeah. I got some cool cars behind me too.
Yeah. I wish I could go upstairs like Stamkos, but you know.
All right, we got one more video, and then we'll get out of here. I can't thank you enough for joining us tonight, Kramer. I'll say goodbye in a minute, but let's roll this last one. This is a beauty. Watch this. Don't you touch it.
Yep.
LeBron. Are we down with LeBron touching the Stanley Cup, or is that okay?
He'll never win it, so he can touch it.
Yeah, I guess. I
think that
right?
only applies to potential.
I
You
think
know.
we had
so.
this
I
debate
guess
on
so.
it.
I'll accept it.
I was 20 and I touched it. I got a little finger in there.
I touched the Stanley Cup once. I got
Yeah.
I got my PP got a little hard when I touched it too.
Yeah,
It's pretty
exactly.
special.
By 20, I knew I wasn't going to the show. So
yeah, right.
That's cool. I have two photos. One in '98 when we had the All-Star game here in Vancouver with Ron McLean in the Stanley Cup side by side, and one in 2015, I believe, when hometown hockey came up to Fort McMurray. Ron McLean, myself, because I was like, we gotta do this photo again, and okay.
Oh, that's definitely the one. Yeah, that's the.
Good night, everybody. Thanks for joining.
I had to do that to Glassy so bad. That was the best.
I have no words. I love her. Seriously, like
that's our girl, Allie Marz. I cannot thank Allie Marz enough for coming on the show tonight. She really is the best of the best.
Anyways,
you gotta go check out her podcast.
We'll put this fucking photo back up and we'll move on.
That's some glassy gravy.
I'm trying to. It's called Welcome to Mars with Allie Marz. She's on the Dean Blundell Network. She's on all the podcasting sites. It's whether it be Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music. Go find her. She's everywhere. She is the best. She's sexy as hell. You'll love her. I love her. We all love her. It was amazing to have her on the show tonight. Chris Cram,
and the same place you can find us. And the same place you can find all of us. Anyways, thank you, Chris.
Yeah.
Come up.
Yep. Google our club cars, Toronto. You'll see this whole shop and how to get involved here if you want.
Yeah, and if everybody wants to go see the rest of those cars, they can go to that site and check out all the cars that are in that shop. Yeah.
Yeah.
And one of these days, we're gonna do a show live from that spot, right?
Absolutely. And then you're getting your butt into a race car, and I'm dragging you around, and we're gonna do a video like Lando got to.
I can't wait. We got to do that for sure.
Yeah.
I want my stomach to come out of my body. I want that feeling, bro. I want it.
Yeah. All right. Challenge accepted.
Yes, you're the best. I love you. I love talking racing with you. You're a handsome looking fella, and we'll see you down the road, and we'll talk some more F1.
Sounds good, brother. We'll see you soon.
Take care.
Good night.
That's Chris Cram, everybody. Breaking news with Chris Cram. It was Glassy joining us. We've had the best show tonight. It's been so much fun. We've just shot the shit. We had a good time. We played some funny videos. We had Allie Marz, who's just shot out of a cannon. Love her to pieces. Folks, you got to go follow her podcast on the Dean Blundell Network. It's called Welcome to Mars. You got to follow Chris Cram on all the social media. This is Bondzee Live, Trippin With Bondzee on YouTube and the Dean Blundell Network. We've had a blast. Thank you so much to everybody that joined the show. Chris Cram, Allie Marz, and the show is brought to you. We wouldn't be able to do it without them. They're the best. They hit bar, San Juan del Sur. They broadcasted the whole show live tonight at their bar in San Juan del Sur, Nicaragua. They're the best. Love Greg and Melissa. The best Caesars in town, folks. Super great price. You can go there. $5 food specials every day. The food is to die for. The Caesars are the best. $1 rum, beer, tequila. They got the best staff. They got the best owners. And the Nacho Bar is right across the street from the hip. San Juan del Sur. Love those guys. Can't wait to see you in November. Peace and love. All right. The show is also brought to you by Durham Custom Wood Decor. Folks, oh, yeah. No, I forgot. We're going to do that one. Yeah. Shakespeare's Fine Dining. Sorry, bro. They're open Wednesdays to Saturdays for dining. Go check them out. 5 to 9:30 for dinners. There it is right there. Make a reservation, please, please, please. Call 905-528-0689 or go to www.shakespeares.ca. And you'll have the best surf and turf, please get the scallops. The Caesar salad is to die for. The old man, the chef in the back, 53 years cooking the same food every day, day in, day. He knows what he's doing. I think he's got it dialed in by now. You know what I mean? All the celebrities go there. You need to go there too. Grab some gift cards. You'll love it. Go there. You'll thank me. I love each and every one of you. Dubinator, everybody tonight. Wade, so many other people. Like, you guys have been absolutely amazing in the comments. The guests were awesome. Glassy was awesome tonight. It's so nice to be back on the air. We'll see you soon. I'm going to try and do as many shows as I can. Peace and love. It's Bondzee Live, Trippin With Bondzee. I got to go. Bye.
Drunk driving is illegal. Drunk passenger is just annoying.
And he wants to give me rest of it. Rest of
What was that?
That was very strange.
It was very weird.
Peculiar.
It was kind of amusing.
Yes, it was rather funny.
It was incredibly funny.
I loved it.
Hilarious. Wonderful.